This is me here again, heading to the Court of Appeal in Abuja for a hearing on our bail variation regarding the unjust trial over our Revolution Now activities in Nigeria. Sorry if you can't hear me very well, it's because as you're aware, the pandemic is still very much around in Nigeria because our health systems have broken down completely. So I hope you can hear me very well while we're doing this. So we're in Abuja, as usual, heading out to the Court of Appeal to hear the bail variation case that was scheduled for today by the court. And I just, as I always do, want to reach out to all of you to keep you updated regarding this case, which is, of course, set up by the government to try and silence our important voice within the polity. And this is unacceptable, and we will not, as freeborn, continue to accept a government that tramples upon our rights. And as you know, they have, over these years, through war, poverty, suppression, through violation of human rights, through economic policies such as the Structural Adjustment Program and others, have kept Nigerians scared, and they've kept us all, except a few of us, silenced. But we, as a group, have refused to be silenced because this is our country, and it's a country that we must ensure is a comfortable place to live for all, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their ethnicity, their religion, their orientation, their convictions. So this why we're doing this, and this is why we must keep doing this. You know, this is the only country we have, and this is the country we must fight for. When I say country, as I've explained all the time, it's a country that has refused to become a nation, a responsible nation, because of the kind of leaders who are there running the country. Right? So we are heading to the Court of Appeal now, and we hope to be there soon. But I wanted to greet all of you, my friends, fans, colleagues, brothers, sisters, home and abroad, who are following up on the situation on the ground in Nigeria. Guys, thank you so much. I always told you, we are on our way to the Court of Appeal, and we're in Abuja. It's the federal capital of thieves, and the federal capital of the incompetent people who are ruling Nigeria, not governing Nigeria. They are just ruling Nigeria according to their whims, their wits, and their caprices. This is where we are, and this is the country where they want everybody to be afraid. This is the country where they want nobody to have human rights after 60 years as so-called independent nation. This is a country where they don't expect anybody to complain, even when they provide you nothing, when they put you in a state of poverty. You don't have schools, you have no hospitals, you have no jobs. This is a country where they want the youth to be distracted all the time with all kinds of things, betting, soccer, movies, music. Whereas these things are not entirely wrong. Life should not be defined by them. Life should be defined by substance. But that's our country. That's a country called Nigeria today. One country that could be prosperous, or that should have been prosperous, but is in penury. And it's a country where everything is broken. So we decided, and we will continue to do so, that we'll make it a country that's livable, a country that respects the dignity of its people, because we don't believe in violence. They are the purveyors of violence. They are the agents of death. They are the agents of injury. And we see what is happening in the country. Just 3 days ago, they arrested the #1 economic crime fighter in the country and lied about it. They lied about it with a straight face until we were able to dig that out and kept presenting the facts. Now they have accepted it. There's nothing to it. It's part of the distractions. They are going to bring one of their guys again to the EFCC and continue the looting of the Commonwealth, our general Commonwealth. They'll continue. That's the only thing they know how to do. And they keep the old man there in the Aso Rock Villa. It's pretty much an effigy of a president who is not in control of his own Sakamoto. And his cabal and the people around him will keep stealing, they'll keep destroying, they'll keep killing our people. And our people must not just keep quiet and do nothing. This is the city of Abuja, the federal capital of thieves and incompetent people who are ruling Nigeria, not governing Nigeria. It will be insane to claim that they are governing. They are not governing. Nobody is in charge in this place. You can say that you heard it from me, that I said no one is in charge. They're just ruling by trial and error. A cabal is controlling Nigeria's resources and giving nothing back to the people. Nothing back to the people. And some people are supporting them, as bad as they are. Even some people who are not benefiting from them are supporting them, because people have been conditioned to support whatever is wrong in this country because they benefit from the rot in the system. Well, there's some people who are hoping that they can benefit from the rot, but we will not be part of that, and we will not allow that to happen in our lifetime. We want to make sure that in our lifetime we make this country work, and it must work. They will all be disgraced completely. 1K views, 1,000 people are watching. Thank you guys so much. This Sahid Adeola Nabanjo from New York. They want to see me back in the state. I will be back, but the work that needs to be done is right here now. I would love to be back in the States. I'd love to be back in New York. Yes, APC is all past criminals. It's very true. And I tell you, I don't see APC lasting another 2 years. They will collapse before our very eyes. They will crumble under the weight of their own contradictions. When I was detained, Omoyele was celebrating. I saw him on TV while I was in detention, saying that who does I want to think he is? Why does he want to fight for revolution? Everything is okay in Nigeria. There's no need for a revolution. Where is Omoyele today? Omoyele has gone underground, 6 feet below, into political oblivion. He's now inside the dustbin of history. But the Bola Tinubu in Lagos, the billion-born man, where is he today? They are done with him. The removal of the EFCC guy, Magu, was to tell Tinubu that they are on the way to Lagos with Otoge. They want to go and do Otoge for him in Lagos. The Lagos that he has been using as his ATM machine will be taken from him. And before 2023, most of them would have found themselves underwater as well. The people who have used them to destroy Nigeria will throw them under the bus. All of them. Omoyele, Bola Tinubu, all of them that are still enjoying what they are doing today, they will go into oblivion. That's why we must not relent. It's the reason we must not stop. The work we are doing today is to create the awareness, to open the eyes of our people, to ensure that they get to the barricades and fight these people to regain their dignity as a people. And I have said it several times, even for those who want Nigeria to be broken into pieces, if you don't fight for the revolution now, when you get to the country you are going to, you have to still fight a revolution to get the proper people in power. Otherwise, you are living through an illusion. Fleeting illusion. So if we do it one time, we get all this space to ourselves. We get a good country, we get great leaders, we get physical, social infrastructure, we get a health system that is kosher in place. We get good schools for our children, hospitals for our mothers and children and ourselves, so that when we are sick, as we have now, we don't have to be running around, sending jets to go and buy medicine, because there are no medicines in Nigeria that you can trust. That is all we're doing, and we're not going to relent. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter even if they kill. The struggle cannot be destroyed. It doesn't matter if they jail me. The struggle cannot be jailed. You cannot jail the revolution. It's not possible. That's why I'm convinced that this system of injustice cannot be sustained for a long time. It must collapse, and it will collapse under the weight of its own contradictions. And as soon as the people realize, the majority, that it doesn't even take that much effort to take back their country. So that's what we're doing. Not the farcical trial. As I'm speaking with you now, the judge handling our other case has not even given us a date. And I've spent almost a year in Nigeria, spending about 5 months in detention, more than 5 months in restriction. My rights to assemble, my rights to freedom of movement has been abridged. My rights to association has been abridged within the context of a bail condition set up by a judge who knew that I committed no crime. But because Nigeria, in their view, is not meant for us, whomever challenges the state, no matter what the person does, whether it's right or wrong, they will always find judges who will do their bidding. And that is not a country to be proud of. It's not a country that's acceptable. It's not a place that is habitable, ladies and gentlemen. So that is what we're saying. And all the people who are supporting them, who are benefiting from this, will realize sooner or later, and we advise them to jump ship before it's too late, sooner or later, that they have been backing the wrong horse. There's nothing anybody can do about it. They will all be disgraced at the appropriate time. They will all be disgraced. No one of them will get away unpunished, whether now or later, for doing to what they are doing to Nigerians now. So everybody's shouting the guy. You guys I've heard about the guy named Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy was accused of defrauding 1.9 million people, and he's already facing justice. As a matter of fact, he's at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Chicago as we speak. But the hush daddies in Nigeria that have been defrauding Nigeria since 1960 have not been arrested. The hush bingos, hush men of God, hush imams, hush pastors, hush vice chancellors, hush everything. All of them are still very much intact. Yes, we have reached the premises we are about to enter the premises of the Court of Appeal. And any moment from now, we will go into the courtroom and see what is going on there.
Revolution, we want to do something before we go. Revolution.
Yeah. Yaşanıyor. Bazı.
Atina.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey guys, you have some news, which is stuff, and they have just, our lawyers just briefed us now that they have also said that there's no sitting today for our case. See these people. And we don't even have a new date, according to our lawyers. So this shows to you that they are not interested in doing justice to our case. They just want to keep creating delays. They are taking election petition cases between Dino Malaye and the opponents in this state. But our human rights case has no date. It's a shame. They are not. They have adjourned without a date. That's what our lawyer has just told us. It's very sad. So this we have to head back and keep everybody updated as we have. As we have told everyone, there is no cause for alarm. The struggle must continue. In fact, we must strengthen our core to ensure that this country, where injustice is the order of the day, where the poor cannot get justice in our courts, they cannot get treatment in our hospitals, they cannot travel safely on our roads, they cannot get knowledge in our schools, they cannot get food in our farms, they can't get faith in our worship places, must be put to shame. That's the term of the shame. We must put our mind to that system. It is a responsibility that we all not only assess but generations that are yet to come. Right? That's we must keep the struggle going. We must keep fighting. We must keep mobilizing. And we must stop agonizing. What we have been told is that the system doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for a majority of us. There's no respect for us in any manner. There's no respect for a majority of us. There's no respect for at least over 199.99% of the population of Nigeria. About 199 million people. Because just some thousands of, a few thousand people are the ones voting us for election. Whether they are the president, the vice president, members of our National Assembly, governors, local government chairmen, councillors, judges, police officers, chancellors, or even universities. Yes. All of them are in cahoots to ensure that we don't get justice under any circumstance in our own country. That is what we have been told. This is one of the few postponements of this particular case that we thought about here. So, I don't need to tell you anything else. You should know by now that we are prolonging this matter so that in their mind, in their idiotic mind, they think this will slow us down. It's not going to happen. In their work mind, they think this will stop the Revolution Now movement. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's going to strengthen us. We're going to get bigger and stronger. Yes. And ultimately, we will overwhelm the system of oppression in Nigeria that is responsible for the sorry condition that Nigeria is today. And I'm speaking directly to our people to understand that it is now time to rise up wherever you may be. You might be in a farm, organized. You might be in a school, organized. Even if you cannot reach physically, organize on Zoom, organize with Facebook, organize with Twitter, organize with Instagram, and let them know that the time for revolution is now. Revolution now! So I think we can, what we said as a constitution, we respect the institution regardless of what they are doing to participate there. So we'll work out and talk more, especially if people might say after. So, I want to thank all of you for coming. I heard that more people are even still around. Yeah, so we'll just kind of wait for this man here. We can all have a conversation.
Revolution, we want.
We are going to the Federal High Court now. As you can see, these people are not ready for, they are not in any way ready for trial or justice. They are only interested in delay and subterfuge. We have been to the Court of Appeal today where we're supposed to have a hearing. No hearing. They didn't even give us a new hearing date. And now that we have another case on Friday, we want to go and confirm that date at the Federal High Court here in Abuja to be sure that they have not postponed that one to adjourned, even without a hearing. That case relates to the violation of our rights at the Federal High Court. That's a lawsuit we instituted against the Attorney General and the DSS, the lawless DSS, and the competent Attorney General and Minister of Injustice, Abubakar Malami, the corrupt Abubakar Malami. That's the one that we are going to confirm now. And on Friday, we will be back at the Federal High Court, not the Court of Appeal, Federal High Court, to continue with this lawsuit.
The neighbor.
You got